Could have been BN United doing the same for game number 3, but denied in the final 1v1 for Myth. Now,
about being able to, you know, farm through, do that damage, make sure that come the late game, when the fights really matter, the team that you're fighting has nothing left in their back pocket. No nades, no meds, no vests, no nothing. Player 4, though, he's got barely anything. He's only just landed to be able to loot, and, well, it's not going to go great for him. Jekzy is there to get the knock, confirms the flush as well. 36 Cartel, not starting things out great.
Potential that we could see some shots back and forth between the two. Unicorn Phoenix with a split, including Hacienda as well. So if Game Home go a little bit too far forward, they might find themselves a knock at the hands of VODS, and there it is. God knew. Oh, he's been caught out. VODS here all by himself. It was enough to get the opening knock.
It wasn't even the crash that you really expect there from Unicorn Phoenix. You almost felt like Game Home were going to lose a player that was inside this compound, but no, it was one from Rangers. Ykikamucow from range going to try and spam his way through. Does the damage. One more bullet, I believe, would have done it, but they're going to be able to survive. The phase 2 shift comes out, and, well, it pulls up to the north. Nothing too shocking here. Just bear in mind, though, that unplayable terrain to the north, so come phase 4, we're likely going to see it pull down to the south. It's not too horrible of a circle. I think that most teams were prepared for this one, as you can tell by the current positions. Game Home, though, they've got to make a move, and that's no easy feat with Fury behind you.
Is maybe slightly further to the north than a few teams were hoping for, but you can't really argue with the results. It's as central as you could really expect, and this does typically leave us with this valley that BN United once again are going to have the priority to get into the high ground position above and pretty much just sit here the whole game and once again vibe their way to the end game, which they're so good at doing when they're not all dying on a mad send crash into day trade. So if you all go crashing into your esports tab, slap that code in, and you might be able to get yourself some esports points as well. Well, you might as well do it now while the rotations are coming through, because seemingly teams are going to have relatively easy rotations to try and make. It wasn't too much of a shift from the majority of teams, but at the very least 36 Cartel will take the opportunity to answer back for the death of player 4 early on, as Easy Esports just get a little too close to the compound and they will lose one on their rotation through. Now they're going face first into Day Trade's compound as well, but a bit of separation in the form of that concrete fence will maybe give them the safety that they need. If Klee needs to get through the gap in the fence,
Klee,
though,
no.
that could be dangerous, and he just about makes it inside. That could have been
maybe not what a lot of people were expecting, but it should have been on the minds that it was a possibility. Teams like Eagle365, BN United, the Colony, Seiryu, all looking really strong right now. They've got the high ground, and you've got to think the Colony are going to be the favorites. BN United make the crash into the compounds. Oh no. As soon as Zest hopped out that vehicle and God Ace was still going, you could just see it happening. You knew it was going to happen. BN United, they are clearing out the compound. Thankfully, there's nobody in it, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
I've actually given up the high ground position to play a safer one, which will once again leave BN United in a position of not being able to farm the damage. So it's probably not going to be a 1-2k damage with a double-digit kill win, but if it does end up being a win, it could just be that's all they need. Ronon again picked off early. It's Day Trade who actually get a bit of revenge for the previous game onto Ronon for the second time.
Oh, Myth.
Fury, they get 3 in the compound, but Myth is on their way here.
Oh, this is a rough one. Dougmans has fallen as Unicorn Phoenix. We've got to hop on board with this one. This is the team currently first place overall, but not looking great. After that one, Escalusia ends up falling as Fludd and Insight make a push. 2 crashes at the same time. Ju takes down 1. Shimv tries to hold the corner, but it doesn't work out as VODS makes the push in with the barrel. Manages to hit the spray, but no! He goes for the heal at the worst possible time, and Y8 is able to pick up the kills. Now, though, Jacob opens up. Ykikamucow falls. Fludd, the final player remaining. After Insight was flushed out, the spray comes through, but it's not to be as made in Thailand. 3 kills. They got themselves the compound, but now only a solo remaining. Easy Esports, they only had Y8, but Day Trade, well, they were more than aware of this. In comes the push, and they just cleaned up the fight. Day Trade now running the whole damn compound. 1 minute till phase 4 pops. I don't expect the action to stop once that happens.
Well, I hope you got your codes in before that, because that was chaotic. That was our pop-off circle by the looks of things. Phase number 3, we have just lost Unicorn Phoenix and
Well, I mean, daytrade are looking good, honestly, and all of the teams in the center of the circle are equally strong. It is a complete valley here, so you know that as long as teams like daytrade over on the east are able to hold out the rotating teams, then most of the central squads are going to be looking pretty strong. ArkAngel Predator, though, even though they're not inside zone, they're looking strong. They are flexing their strength by hitting those shots onto MSChimbori, popping the tires, forcing them to burn through that utility early, as MSC have quite a ways to go in terms of making it further into the zone. Made in Thailand, though, Jacob as the solo, he is taking some shots, but that will kind of paint a target on his back that it looks like MSC are going to try and make the most out of. They do start a push, but instead swinging a little bit further up to the north and going straight for the compound. It's really smart from them to identify the fact there's players. They don't want to be taking these risks until, you know, the very last few circles.
A slower day for Fludd has left Vanjie as the kills leader overall for PCS5 APAC. He's a couple ahead of Fludd, and it has been Ronon or Ykikamucow leading the way for Fury today. And Evil Patrick has certainly been doing his bit for ArkAngel Predator as well. A flashbang over the top to try and secure the flush onto 3007 in the smokes. That grenade will certainly do it. I mean, he was low health enough anyway. It didn't need to be directly in his face, but that's certainly where it was. AljnBOTz will secure the knock, and he's just out in no man's land. There's no chance of the revive to come through on that. Was he going for the airdrop crate? Is that what happened? Because that was greedy if it was, and it's certainly going to cost him. But it might just cost ArkAngel Predator as well, as tags are coming in from all angles. Attack all around, who backfilled the high ground position that BN United held onto and then left to get themselves a safer, more central position to keep their numbers high late game, is coming into full effect as AAA free to farm the damage in all directions.
sSuspekT there takes down Skeet, gets the flush as well. MSC now with 3 players remaining. AljnBOTz, though, you mentioned how they've drawn a lot of attention onto themselves. AljnBOTz falls because of it, followed by CJ's attack all around now starting to get involved as well. It's a rough one for them right now. Mad Dog doing what he can to try and survive. The smokes are up, so there's no real info being found, but the nades, well, they don't need the info. All it's going to take is one more to find the kill, but it's Jankyu from through the smoke that manages to find the head of Evil Patrick. Now Mad Dog is the only one left, but look at this. Game Home at the top of the hill, still got their nades in hand, but decided to slow things down a little bit. MSC, 3 players strong, but not afraid to take the fight. Moving into Sharper Esports, Julia with a nade in hand. sSuspekT with one of his own, but that one's close inside the dip. It does the damage, but doesn't roll down the hill maybe as far as it could have done. MSChimbori, they're healing up the remaining 3 strong as the nades come through onto ArkAngel Predator. The zone is closing in. Patrick down to low HP, gets knocked, as does his teammate, but it looks like Game Home, that's all that they have left in terms of utility as the zone centers up. Only 3 teams in, and this northern side, well, Saga, you know it's getting messy.
It definitely is, and for AAA, the fact that they have just been gifted this compound as BN United vacated it earlier on is just mind-boggling for them. They will, that is the best possible gift that they could have ever asked for. Now Colony might be looking to try and make some sort of send, possibly to try and take it away from them, but Cerberus doing the same thing to E365, a pre-nade. I think that was their own that just did almost 200 damage to 3 players, and it's going to go so badly wrong as Jekzy will wipe them out with a grenade of his own, and oh, it's gone so badly wrong for Cerberus. They've got a couple of knocks at least.
We saw ArkAngel Predator fall in the kill feed of Sololzi. He tries not to go the same way. The nade comes out. It doesn't quite connect, expecting the player to push round to the right. But oh, Chibiritt goes in right through the middle. 1 HP remaining. The nade comes out, but it's not enough as Vandal9 is there. Shotgun in hand, finds himself the kill. Cerberus fall out in 11th position. The 1 HP clutch nearly happening, but not to be this time around. Phase 5 closing in as, I mean, the northern teams, they are not done fighting. They need to still work in as Game Home, they make some noise with the vehicles, even though they tried to silent roll. Colony have heard them. You saw Momonjii try to open up with a couple of the M4 shots, but he couldn't quite find them. Now, though, Game Home, they can't really make a push without BN United taking shots towards them. Maybe MSC are going to cause enough of a distraction to deny this, as daytrade try to take some shots of their own. It looks like MSC pulling up over at the rock. Rogue going rogue as a solo. AWM in hand tries to find himself an angle onto dayTrade, but it's not to be as the nades come out from the colony. They realize just how trapped they are with MSC behind them and another team up ahead. Julio falls, but it's no real rest for the colony.
So dangerous to make this push because you're so open to the one team who is yet to move, and that's Sharper. But Rogue nanzmeyer's dealt with that. An AWM headshot, and tNoy has gone down. The Molotov from Killer gets 2 of Game Home just up over the ridge as well, and now Sharper falling. The blue zone is pushing them into terrible positions, and they couldn't make anything of it. 17-0 takes down Belmoth. That's them eliminated in 10th position. And surely this is going to be another as MSC get wiped out. Nurin's Flash contributing. Poochills as well to take down Rogue nanzmey. And now Colony and Game Home just over the ridge ahead of them. Now under the watchful eye of dayTrade as well.
Oh, this nade is big. It's close, and it connects. Glories falls. There's only one player now remains. Venotica throws up a second. All it does is needs to land on the player. And no! Venotica, he lands it. Disgusting. Runs straight into the frag grenade as Game Home go down. He thought he was safe, but he was wrong. Beautifully done there from Venotica with the frags to make it work. But the colony are still alive. Not inside zone, but they're still standing. Seiryu right now currently the favorites in terms of that winner chicken dinner percentage, but there's 7 teams and still 24 players to account for, so it really is up in the air. It comes down to the zone, and you got to feel like attack all around right now with the high ground, with the compound all looking good. If it shifts to the north though, attack all around, they have to move and they have to expose themselves to everybody.
I'm expecting at some point a send will have to be made from AAA towards BN United. There is a couple of dips that you can maybe find, but they're only really big enough for 1 or 2 players. It's not much of a whole squad in there. And if it is, it's, well, you're prone in there. And if you stand up, you get absolutely bodied. So maybe not the best of hopes for AAA that this will continue on a southern path, but at the very least, they've all regrouped up in the compound, and 36 Cartel have not opted to try and make a play directly towards them. They're going underneath. They're going to pull up in the dip just below, which is dangerous territory.
Oh, the nades.
Puts them in very much grenadable distance, but there's no windows on that side of the building. But Gloomz, how can he just walk out like that and throw it for free? Nobody's looking in this direction, and he just peeks up over the top. And it's actually dayTrade on the way in, who actually take out 36 Cartel and then drive directly onto Gloomz' grenade, and he's just been gifted even more kills. AAA cannot stop getting presents directly in their PO box this time around.
dayTrade just got so unlucky. So unlucky. They made the crash. They're like, hey, look, 36 Cartel are lit up. Let's go and crash them. 3 kills. And they just land right on top of a grenade. Those vehicles don't save you when a frag grenade is right underneath. dayTrade eliminated now. 5 teams remain. Momonjii just gets his head scraped off by Jay as beautiful shots coming out as the zone closes in. The colony are the only team right now not inside circle, and well, this zone might just finish the job if it does a little bit more damage. Momonjii is back up, but 1 bullet will find the kill. The same being said for Killer after he gets caught with a headshot by attack all around. It's Zest there to clean up the job. As I mean, look, the zone's closing, no real chance of getting a revive. You may as well run in, use the smokes, try and make something happen, but no, Gloomz is there for the headshot. Momonjii falls. The colony are out. And now 4 teams remain. Saga, phase 7 shift. This is the one that really decides the fate of these teams, whether it's going to be Seiryu and attack all round or BN United and Eagle 365.
The main question now is, well, it's going to have to be E365 to make the push onto BN. Seiryu, they don't have to make the push onto AAA just yet. They can play on the low ground and just hope that they're able to avoid the grenades. That's a good grenade, though, almost close enough to Youngbeat to get the opening knock that E365 would desperately have wanted, but he's not going to know exactly how much damage that he dealt with that. It's very, very close, but E365 at some point are just going to have to either make a wall of smokes or make a vehicle send, or maybe both, to try and take this position away from BN United and just hope that the assistance comes in from above with Seiryu and AAA, but the position is so safe for BN United. There's so much cover from the southern side, from that high ground, and that's exactly why they came for this earlier on.
Eagle 365, though. We've seen them do big things already in terms of defending their compound. Now the problem is they have to try and take another. The smoke wall coming out. The shotgun still in hand, by the way. Chibiritt was rocking one a second ago. We'll see how long he keeps that up for. The options here will either push into BN United or go for the hillside. And it looks like they're trying to throw down smokes to not give info away either play that they decide to make. The frags are out and they're certainly starting to line close, but attack all around and just laying in wait for these players to expose themselves, not wanting to let Eagle 365 hey, when these smokes are gone, we're going to get the kills. No, they want to wait for the smokes to go, then get the kills. Don't just do damage. Find yourselves the knocks. BN United, though, with a knock of their own, takes down Jekzy. Seiryu doing what they can to try and third party through. The damage connects, but no kills as Jankyu. He sees the head. He finds the body. As the damage comes through, attack all around, just laying in wait. Seiryu could cause some problems, but no, they are focusing on Eagle 365. They know that they can get these kills with just a few well-placed nades.
So many smokes expended, and GodAce still finds a gap, and so does tRycK. E365. I can't lie, I see the shotgun on Vandal9, and I'm wondering whether it would have just been a better choice just to run straight at the compound, try and put that to use, but oh no, they're not even going to have a chance to consider that, because Hanzyy under fire. Underneath the vehicle, the final shot will come through from GodAce, and E365, that's the first of our four-man teams in the top four, wiped out, eliminated. It's a combined effort from all of their opponents to take them out. And now, BN United left alone on the north, but oh no, AAA gets the hard feed for phase number 8, and BN, they have to go straight into the position that Daytrade and 36 Cartel got absolutely obliterated by grenades, and look how many Jayers have.
Jayers is ready for this. He has the frags in hand. He knows that the late game is when they really matter after that zone shift. Are you surprised that attack all around are there with a 45% chance of taking the game, according to the mystical algorithm that no one actually knows how it works? Gems is there to take some shots. It's BN United. Well, we foreshadowed it with talking about that 36 Cartel day trade crash. It looks like BN United going to try and go for the same. Gems is distracted by Zest, but now that the vehicle movement is coming out, everyone from attack all around is ready. You can already see Jankyu with a nade in hand, gets ready to throw it, but no, holds, knows that BN United could have played a little bit closer, but not to be this time around. The nade is there. BN United smarter than to wait down at the bottom, though. They realize that the frags were a potential, and moving up the hill is such a small thing, but it makes them a whole lot weaker. Jayers, though, shotgun in hand. I want to see it used. Maybe now's not the time, but oh, Simon, he has counted his blessings after that one.
I love to see it from Seiryu as well, not getting over-aggressive to push AAA while that crash was coming through, because they know their bigger threat in the overall standings is BN United, so they want them gone. They want that potential of the second chicken dinner to be eliminated before they try and take the fight with AAA, because even if they win the game, they're not going to overtake Seiryu on kills from this point. So for them, priority threat, get rid of BN United, and then look to secure the win for yourself.
Phase 8 closing in. Look, we said it before, we'll say it again. Comes down to the dot after this. And BN United, well, they're dead center. Seiryu have to try and make a move in, but they just don't have any info on to attack all around. Sure, they know they're in the compound, but that's about the extent of it. They have two options. They either push into the compound, or they try to swing down low and take the fight on to BN United. And I think right now it's just going to be a bit of a waiting game, hoping that attack all around take the fight first. The zone is just that close that it will go in favor of BN United, but attack all around don't really have to move until late. And once that zone has closed in, it limits the amount of positions that BN United can actually play, the amount of space they can be taken up. And those frag grenades, they become even more deadly, especially inside a dip like this. Sunshine throws out a Molotov to try and open something, as Seiryu just going to be forced to play back a little. Throwing nades up to the north just to cover the northern players if they are there, but no, BN United way closer than they expect.
They've actually pushed up the hill somewhat towards AAA to try and take the fight close range. Maybe this is where that shotgun comes into full effect, but they've spotted out Seiryu as well, wrapping on the west, and the grenades are coming through from BN United. tRycK's caught out with one. It's GodAce and YongB on the low ground, holding on to that position, while AAA dealt with by Simon T on the high ground.
Gems sneaking around the back as how
So
why
risky.
why would you go for the revive there?
Oh, what?
That's no, because you we'll talk about that later. Anyway, right now let's focus on Gems and the push that he's trying to make. It works out. Simon goes down, so does Zest. Got 8, also going to be eliminated. PN United, they were favorites in the center of the zone, but now things have just fallen apart. Attack all around with 4 players strong, make it 3 as he runs out of ammo. Young B falls, BN United following suit now. It's a 3 versus 2 as Seiryu tried to get the revives off. They're not quite working, but did you see what Sunshine had in hand? A shotgun on his back, ready to take the fight when the time comes. Smokes are up, but the nades, well, they're the ones that Seiryu have to worry about more. Damage connects onto Sunshine. How nearly gets flushed out, but he won't be able to survive. Never mind, the Molotov's perfect. Sunshine caught on fire. Both players holding the angle, but it's not to be. 17-0 is now the final player in terms of kills.